Welcome to Road to Billions podcast, the mentality of an entrepreneur. With your host, Moise Bertrand.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your host, Moise Bertrand, the Road to Billions podcast. It's 8:06 p.m. now, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting on my balcony, just thinking about everything that's been going on these last couple of days and weeks. And, just to let you guys know, things been working, you know what I'm saying? It hasn't been the prettiest, but I know at the end of the day, God is going to work out the things that I worry about. And it was funny that I'm talking to you guys about this because, I had a good friend of mine who we lost connection. We lost connection and stuff like that over some years, and we got back right. A good friend of mine's a good homeboy of mine, and that was a very relieving situation. You know what I'm saying? Because when we spoke, like I said, there was no problems between me and him. My number changed and stuff like that, and then we lost contact over these years. So when he reached out to me on Instagram, man, he was just letting me know about how proud he was of me and the growth he's seen in me, as well as me giving him the same compliment. Now, the biggest thing was he gave me some advice, right? And typically, I'm gonna tell you guys some real stuff, man. Usually, I don't really, what's the word? Sometimes I kind of know what to do already, but it's always a refresher, right? When people who don't know what I'm doing give me the same thing I was already thinking about, if that makes sense, right? So he gave me a lot of good gems as far as, taking me to the next level as far as my podcasting and what I need to do in order to get the reach to you guys and just everything else I got to bring it to existence, you know what I'm saying, and working on. And I do feel like that was God talking, you know what I'm saying, like some real shit, because the things I prayed about, he ain't know. You know what I'm saying? The things we spoke about, he didn't have a clue about what I was internally planning or going through, you know what I'm saying? And it was kind of crazy that he even brought it up to me, saying certain things that I was always, I'm not going to say iffy about, but yeah, just a little iffy about, like, should I do this? Should I go that way and do this and then that? And then he was just speaking to me, bro, like telling me shit I already was telling myself, but it was like a reconfirmation, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like God really connected us because, like I said, it was just something that I needed to hear. You know what I'm saying? I know it's always good to hear people around you saying, you're doing good, bro. Like, you're doing well. Like, and no one really knows, like, how well you're doing or what's well. You know what I'm saying? Like, or what are you going through mentally? And, honestly, it was shit that's be fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a person who harbors a lot of I have a lot of pressure on my back and a lot on my shoulders. And I kind of give those worries to God, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes me being the person I am, I'm always worrying, I'm always strategizing, I'm always planning, and that could take an exhaustion. That takes a lot of work and mental chores, you know what I'm saying? And it really made me exhausted as far as it's like, God, I have a lot of stuff on my heart and my chest and my shoulders, and I just need you to really like alleviate and relieve me of all these stress and worries. So I say this because, like, when he told me that, man, I was just in shock. You know what I'm saying? You know how someone tells you something, like you ask God for like a keyword and you wait around for this keyword, and all of a sudden the most random person, the most random conversation has that keyword, and you're like, whoa, like you're flabbergasted, like you're like, whoa. But then God is real because no one else is going to be able to think that same situation that you're in and be able to speak it to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't go around telling people my business. So when that happened, man, I went for a walk this morning at Piedmont. And one thing about Piedmont Park, man, it's a beautiful park in Atlanta, Buckhead, where I stay at. And it's a beautiful park, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that a lot of things have been transpiring in that park, over these last couple of months. But overall, it's a beautiful park. I love walking out there and stuff like that every time and time again. But I went out there this morning around like 8:30, well, 9 a.m.-ish, right? I went out there and I was just walking and stuff, and I was just walking because, when I walk, I try to clear my mind. Being in nature kind of does that for me. And I was just talking to God, bro. I feel like a lot of people need to go ahead and put their faith. I don't tell people what religion they should go in towards, right? I just tell them that God is who I serve. And I feel like God is a lot of people's God. You know what I'm saying? We have it on the money, and God we trust. So it's like, I'm not being biased or anything, but in a sense, I am being biased. So, like I said, I was just out there just walking at Piedmont Park. And I'm sorry if you guys hear some noise in the back. Like I said, I'm on the balcony and everything. But I was at Piedmont, man. I just felt like God gave me a download that came from like nowhere. Like I just heard His voice in my head say, "Do this and do that." So I'm working on those things that I'm listening to my intuition a lot more about, and what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my intuition to be screaming at me and I'm turning it down, or I'm acting like I don't hear my inner thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us have that inner voice in us, and it'd be like, "You don't need to do that. You don't got to do that. You could," you know. And a lot of people go against that voice. You know what I'm saying? They go against that voice, not knowing that that's God. That's your higher self. And I've been practicing semen retention over these last couple weeks and months. So a lot more things have been coming into my life. You know what I'm saying? And I have to dodge a lot of lust and sexual infiltration from women. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're on this retainment journey. But the whole purpose of me retaining my semen is not to hold it in, obviously, is to transmute it into something better, into something bigger, into something more purposeful, right? And a lot of dudes, you know, we can't tap into that higher power because we're too busy listening to music, or we clouding our brain with just relationships, money, sex, drugs, and entertainment. All these things are just clouding the dudes, like these today's society guys, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of that comes down to sexual discipline, because if you think about it, all you see online is ass shaking, booty, sex, all this stuff, and it's just a repetitive nature, right? And if you bend your reality to that, you're fucked, because now that's all you think life is about: sex, money, drugs. And you have to change your perception, because your perception makes your reality. So if I look at everything like a possibility of it working out for me, now my reality is endless opportunities, right? I'm always looking at the good, and the good is always going to come. Like I'm always going to be able to work out any deal. You know, I always find solutions to my obstacles. But if I sit around and I'm too busy messing with this energy, doing this, doing that, jumping around, clubbing, doing it, now I can't think for myself. Now my energy is corrupted, you know, with other people's energy, with other people's thoughts, with other people's opinion. And you don't want your energy field to be too contaminated, you know what I'm saying? So when I spoke to my brother, you know what I'm saying, it was more so like a relief. It was like, wow, like, thank you, God, for listening to me, because he had no clue. We ain't talking 4 or 5 years, you know what I'm saying? The first thing he told me was, "Mo, keep going up. Like, bro, I'm proud of you. Like, you're going to be destined for greatness." You know what I'm saying? You're destined for greatness, my brother. So I hear that all the time, you guys. And, you know, that pressure on my shoulders, man, I feel like I'm bench pressing. I feel like I'm squatting and shit. Like, damn, like, I got to be this person everybody look up to, because like I made this my life. I made this my purpose. So I understand that there's not going to always be good days. There's going to be days where I just don't want to do certain things. And I ask God for that. You know what I'm saying? I ask God for signs. I ask God for just, you know, letting me know like everything's going to be all right. And he sends constant confirmations. And I tell people this. I tell people, well, you're only going to get far as your faith. Because if you have faith, you understand that everything is going to work out. It may not be even on your timing, which it never will be. Your plans will never work out the way you want it to work out. It's never going to go as planned as you picture it. But for certain, you're going to be able to maneuver a lot of things if you just sit down and isolate yourself, right? And then you could see the vision. You could hear what needs to be done. You could see what's coming for you. And I think a lot of people, they have a hard problem just being by themselves, and also putting their faith in God and really seeing it through. So I'm only telling you guys this because, like, if you're going through anything in life, know that shit gonna be right. You know, you're gonna be good. Like, I always used to tell myself that when I used to have a little shit going on in college. I'd be like, man, everything gonna be all right. Like, even though in the back of my mind, I'm like, but I had to really trick my subconscious and really trick myself into believing everything is gonna be all right. And then I just told myself everything is gonna be all right, which it always works out in the end. So whether you're working for a job, whether you're looking for another job, whether you're unemployed, whether you're looking to travel, change relationships, change apartments, buy that car, get that type of money per month, earn that certain type of money, you know, whatever you're looking to do, know that it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people out here making $100,000 a week. There's people out here making $100,000 a day. So why not ask for more? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like God favors the bold and those who really go through it. And I have an episode called Exhaust All Your Options, because I do feel like in order to successfully achieve what you want to achieve, you have to exhaust all your options. Like, you have to literally squander every goddamn thing in your life. And I'm not talking about like I'm really just talking about just using every option that comes to your brain. Like always squeeze out everything. And when everything seems like it's a dead end and you don't have no more options, boom, that's when miracles take place. And I'm only saying this because I speak this into existence. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be we're already some rich developers, you know what I'm saying? We building, we doing great things. We out here showing the world it's possible for black people and black people with locks to buy real estate, to excel in real estate. But I think the biggest thing with us is we have to believe we're deserving of these things, right? We can't sit out here and ask for permission. We can't wait on somebody to give us the opportunity. We have to create our own opportunity. And I feel like that's the biggest thing in life, you know what I'm saying? Starting. And a lot of people have a hard time just starting and getting on their high horse and really making sure things work out, because faith is very, 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 faith is the foundation of everything, you know what I'm saying? And the mustard seed is very small. And if you have faith like a mustard seed, you can see how much once you see a mustard seed sprout, you see how much actually vegetation it produces, how much flowering it actually gives away. And that's faith, man. Like, you could definitely just exhaust all your options. Like, God, I don't have no more money, man. My car fucked up, my rent late, my girl doing me wrong, like my job ain't fucking with me. And then you just keep trying, like you just keep trying every goddamn thing, and you really just say, God, I'm done. And right before you close your eyes, man, boom, miracles happen. Because just like if you ever read Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill says, you know, faith is the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Faith and imagination is the foundation, because science can't compel the miracles. You know what I'm saying? Miracles happen and science can't explain that. Nobody can explain the miracles that that faith brings, the miracles that God brings. So I tell people all the time, man, like, if you ever want to do anything in life, just do it. You could fail 100 times. You could be rich the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell myself every day, today gonna be the day I get rich. Today I'm gonna get rich. Today I'm gonna get rich. I tell myself that every day. Today is the day I'm gonna get rich. You never know. You might fuck around and play the lotto. You got $10 in your account. You go cash out. Boom. You up 100,000. You up $250,000. You don't even know how you just said, fuck it, I'm just going to do this. I don't got no other choice. And you just won a lotto. I'm not saying that's everybody's life, but all I'm just telling you is that's miracles. You know what I'm saying? Or you've been praying for a job. You haven't had no job. You about to get evicted. And then all of a sudden, boom, your last job gave you your last check from last work. So it's like everything always works out, man. So when I stress about things, I tell God straight up, God, take my worries away. You know what I'm saying? Favor me in this situation because you see my heart. And once you align your heart and your mind, shit, you're going to take over the world. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people all the time, like, align with your highest self. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody deter you from the path that you're made for. Don't let nobody convince you that you're not right for that position or that type of money that you're looking to make. And always keep your plans to yourself, because one thing I really just stick to is just keeping people away from my plans. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of evil eye out there, and a lot of people may not want you to win. You know what I'm saying? And that's unfortunate, but that's the game that's the life we're in, right? So you have to be able to maneuver through that. You have to be able to open your ears when, you know, when people are just trying to talk over you. You know what I'm saying? You got to cut through the noise. You got to be able to decipher what's the truth, what's opinion, what's hate. And I think a lot of people have a hard time deciphering those. But like I said, if you just give your life to God and shit like that, you pray, you write your manifestations down, you make your vision board, you really work hard, you exhaust all your options, I can guarantee you, like, everything's going to work out. Like, I probably got like 40 episodes, right, in my notes that I already pre-recorded. You know what I'm saying? When I was going through things and when I made things happen, and, you know, when I found solutions to problems, and these are all the things, like, I have pre-recorded. So when I drop them, you guys are going to be like, wow, I thank you for dropping this. But right now I'm not dropping them because it's just, right now is not the right time to drop it. You know what I'm saying? But I be feeling like a rapper and shit, saying, oh, I'm finna drop this, I'm finna drop that. And I usually do drop it. And people give me a lot of great feedback. But my biggest thing to you guys and everybody who's listening is, fuck the noise. You know what I'm saying? Fuck everybody who's against you. Fuck people who don't believe in you, because, you know, I had a lot of people tell me straight up, bro, how you gonna buy a house? I end up buying a house, and then they start giving me, like, green ass faces. You know what I'm saying? And people just didn't really believe in me, and I felt some type of way, because I'm like, damn, y'all supposed to be my friends. Y'all supposed to be people who look like me. Why don't you want to believe in me? And sometimes I had to sit back and be like, well, you can't take everybody with you, or everybody who's smiling isn't going to be on your team. You know what I'm saying? Like, my sister told me the other day, someone could be more blessed than you and still hate on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody could be more blessed than you and still hate on you, still dislike you. And you be like, damn, you make all the money, bro. Like, you have the lifestyle, you have all this, and you still don't like me. Like, what is it about me that you don't like? And it's nothing really about you. You know what I'm saying? It's the aura that you give off. It's the energy. And certain people can't handle that. You know what I'm saying? Certain people be like, why him? Bitch, why not me? You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck not? Why not me? You talking about why him? I don't give a fuck how you feel about me. You know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, if you give a fuck about what people think about you, you're never going to make it far. You know what I'm saying? So when I sit down here, I make these podcasts and I record my phone. I record these episodes when I'm driving in my car or when I'm at the park or I'm in another country or I'm at the comfort of my home. I'm telling you guys some real shit. You know what I'm saying? I be at every article that be online. You know what I'm saying? Reading about real estate, understanding about manifestation, understanding about self-discipline and acceleration, you know what I'm saying? Knowing how to be better as a man. And I tell people majority of the times, you just want to be better than what you were the day before. You know, the day before that, last year. You know what I'm saying? 5 years ago. And you don't want nobody coming around saying, you still doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? You want people to come around and say, bro, I really hear the change in your voice. I hear the maturity. I hear the growth. You know what I'm saying? And I think the biggest thing is just understanding those things are happening for everybody. Whether you're seeing it or not, you know, progress is always being made behind closed doors. And I always tell God I'm thankful. You know, I'm thankful in advance for the things he's done, for the things he's going to do, for the things he have done in the past. And, you know, that's the only way I tell you guys to move with your life, bro. You know, I don't really know other way because hard work is still going to be there no matter what you do. New job, new career, new school, new relationship, new city. It don't matter. Everything is hard when you first do it. But that's the beauty about God. You know, you could give him your worries and be like, God, I just gave it to you because I don't want to worry about this. And one thing about me, I worry a lot. But I learned to just give it to God. You know, I just go get me like a little Heineken beer. You know, I chill on my porch. I go sip on it. You know, I just listen to my inner thoughts. And I'm like, Moist, like, everything is going to work itself out because it was things in the past where I didn't even see how I was going to get out of it. And I came out of it. So once again, I appreciate you guys for listening to Road to Billions podcast. This is not me preaching. This is not me trying to drop a sermon or nothing. It's just a reminder, you know what I'm saying, that all things are possible. You know what I'm saying? You could be broke today and rich tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You could have a fucked up life today and be the most littest person next week, the next day. It don't matter what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? And I still believe in love because love conquers hate. Good conquers evil. You know what I'm saying? And hard work beats talent when talent fails the hard work. So it's like, at the end of the day, you just got to keep going, keep grinding no matter what. You know, I'm past 100 episodes on this podcast, and I have goddamn 40 in my archive. But I'm going to do things differently because someone gave me some good advice. Like I told you, my good homeboy gave me some advice, and I got to start implementing those things. You know, I'll be a fool if I just act like I didn't hear it. But other than that, man, keep chasing your dreams, you guys. Subscribe to the podcast. You know, always know that good things are coming. You know what I'm saying? But keep that image of what you want to achieve in the front of your mind, no matter what, no matter how bad life gets, no matter how many things are thrown at you, know how many obstacles, know how many people are trying to tear you down. Keep at it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, you're going to be able to talk to God and really give him a testimony. So I have a really great things I want to share with you guys, what I'm trying to do by the end of this month. You know what I'm saying? God going to make it happen. I already spoke it to existence. You know what I'm saying? So me speaking this out into the air is going to fall on many ears, but I'm saying this for myself, you know what I'm saying? For my manifestation, for my own self affirmation that everything's going to work itself out. You know, by the end of the month, you guys are going to hear some really great news about what I got going on, and we're just going to be moving forward, God. So, moving forward, you guys. I keep saying God. That too. But once again, I appreciate you guys for listening to Road to Business podcast. Subscribe, rate, review the podcast, listen to other episodes as well, and just let me know what you think. You know what I'm saying? If you have any suggestions about, hey, bro, I think you should touch a little bit more about this, or even DM me, or just even give me a compliment or comment, man, I'm open to everything, man. You know what I'm saying? We're on the road to billions. You know, it's a journey, and it's been an amazing one. So I'll check you guys next time.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.